Hello everybody. We know that in the past week, the mainstream media has been going on and on and on and on about the election results and how the Saffron Party has had a historic takeover of India and all that. Well, I'd like to warn those of you who have, attention deficit disorder that this is going to be a rather long session. Okay, so just hang on, right? Now, just between ourselves, what's in store for us in this new Saffron Bharat?
One who thinks about the future of the Indian Republic, I'm deeply concerned. I don't resent the winners. Yes, they have every reason to celebrate. But does the country, the Republic, have reasons to celebrate? I'm not sure.
Now, let's have a look at some stories over the past 15 days or so, half a month or so, that did not make it to the mainstream media. And as an intelligent person, I'm quite sure that you will be able to join the dots. Let's look at a case where 120 nuns were struck off the rolls in West Bengal.
In Calcutta, West Bengal, nuns of the Missionaries of Charity, the order founded by Mother Teresa, were forced to approach the courts to secure their fundamental right to vote after their names were struck off the electoral rolls. The names of those residing at the Mother House and Nirmala Shishu Bhavan in the Chauringhi constituency had been removed from voter lists during initial scrutiny. Reports indicate that over 120 nuns were summoned for hearings, as authorities questioned their documentation and linkage to previous electoral records. Anglo-Indian leader Derek O'Brien helped with their appeal. At least 55 nuns based in Calcutta, whose appeals were only upheld on April 28th, just hours before polling began, were allowed to cast their votes.
Things are getting hot. There's a lot of muscle flexing and all that, but let me assure you, the dance has just begun. Now, while the mainstream media was busy giving you all the exit polls and the election countdowns and what have you, okay? Now, this story from Goa didn't get any traction. So, watch.
Right-wing Hindu organization Hindu Ekta Manch has demanded that the area around St. Francis Basilica be excavated. They also demanded that a special investigation team launch a probe into claims that the temple existed before the old Goa church. A large crowd under the aegis of the Hindu Ekta Manch laid siege to the police headquarters in Panjim, pressing multiple demands. The group reiterated its claim that a Mahadev temple existed before the old Goa church and called for an immediate excavation.
My name is Karanjeet Kaur and I'm a writer and an editor. Let's talk today about the recent communal controversy in Goa over St. Francis Xavier. At a Parshuram Jayanti celebration on the 18th of April in Goa, a man who describes himself as half YouTuber, half journalist, went up on stage and bit off more than he could chew. Gautam Khattar, a rabid YouTuber on the spiritual beat, best known for making controversial and communal claims, was invited to speak at the event in Vasco. Khattar then turned his attention to St. Francis Xavier and labelled him a terrorist and a cruel ruler. Now, Goencho Sahib is considered the patron saint of Goa. He's a figure revered across faiths for nearly 5 centuries. Khattar had this to say about him. Now his body has decayed. Worms have eaten it. Neither his soul remains nor his body. Even his bones were eaten and turned to dust. Yet, I don't know what kind of festival is held here every year where lakhs of followers of Sanatan Dharma go and fold their hands in reverence towards someone who spent his whole life converting them, who turned lakhs of Sanatan followers into Christians. There were actually 3 BJP legislators on stage throughout this. The most prominent of these was Minister Movin Godino, whose portfolio spans transport, industries, Trade and Commerce, Panchayati Raj, Protocol and Hospitality, and Legislative Affairs. The others were Vasco MLA Krishna Daji Salkar and Mormugao MLA Sankalp Amonkar. No one stopped the speaker. All across India, the propagation of hate is a profitable business. Every once in a while, though, its consequences become all too real. Khattar's case will take its own course. There are parallels to this project in several other arenas, such as the murmurs over conversions, the calls for the reconstruction of temples destroyed during the Portuguese era, and the efforts to rally sentiment around Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, sometimes in illegal ways. All of this matters especially because Goa goes to the polls next year. Across India, BJP governments are expected to amp up communal rhetoric in every poll-bound state, most recently witnessed in West Bengal and Assam. In Goa, that strategy has not found purchase. And yet, something seems to have shifted. Cyril Fernandez told me that minority communities have never been made to feel isolated. He said, "But now, after this incident, we feel that we might have been overconfident and lethargic, thinking that these things never happen here." For the first time, Fernandez and his colleagues are considering demanding a minority commission and bringing the state's Christians, Muslims, Parsis, and Sikhs together in a coalition. Parikar had wanted to form such a commission in 2012, but the idea went into hibernation. The Khattar incident might have awoken it.
Interesting, isn't it? But I suspect that this halagulla is there to distract you from the main issue. And that main issue is that for a long time now, ever since the unbeatable party has taken charge of Goa, the land mafia has gained the upper hand.
I celebrate me. Yeah, I'm standing on me. Even when it's hard, I'm who I need to be. You gotta do it for yourself. Ain't nobody coming through. You gotta find your strength even when you don't want to. It's gonna be hard sometimes, it's gonna feel too much. You gon' break, you gon' cry, you gon' wanna give up. But believe me, you gon' make it even when you can't see. You're stronger than the moment, you just gotta believe. I celebrate me.
Goa is fighting back. Have you heard of the Enough is Enough movement? Now, this is a powerful people's movement, okay? And it's an uprising that demands that Goa's land, ecology, identity are protected from reckless development. Now, this movement was, in a way, it was launched by the retired Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court, and his name is Ferdinand Rebello. Okay? The movement is apolitical. Absolutely apolitical.
Why are we agitated today about what is going on in the state when 82% of our land is protected? What is the agitation about? We are here because since 2018, every effort is being made by whosoever is in power to throw this document out of the window, not officially, unofficially, by making changes to the Town Planning Act so that the regional plan eco zones 1 and 2 will be diluted and their protection will be removed.
Now, what are these concerns? Illegal hill cutting, unregulated real estate, destruction of forests and rivers, and the erosion of the Goan heritage and culture.
Big tussle has emerged in Goa over land use change. Ordinary villagers, farmers and local residents have taken to the streets fearing irreversible damage to their land and ways of life. What started as an outrage has now escalated into a big confrontation between Goans and the state government. The protest entered a critical phase on Monday when hundreds of demonstrators marched to the residence of Goa Minister Vishwajit Rane in Donapaula, demanding the scrapping of controversial land conversion provisions.
This movement has taken concrete action also. They have submitted an agricultural land protection bill, okay, to the political parties. Okay, they have presented a 10-point chart of demands to the chief minister. All right. They are filing legal challenges against offshore casino expansion on especially the ecologically sensitive Mandovi River. Now, it isn't a single pronged strategy. It's a very well thought plan?
We are a citizens group made up of activists and residents of Panjim who are fighting against the menace of casinos. There were 2-3 issues. Main issue is there was one casino that was brought here recently and it was supposed to go back by April 30th. So we questioned the captain of ports why he has not taken action. So he said he has sent notices to the company, but I don't think those companies have any care for what
they are taking strict any actions on them.
Nothing they're doing. So we said either you take strict actions or we'll have to approach the court, because the captain of ports has given in writing that this position for this casino is there only till April 30th. So either he removes the boat completely, or if there is any technical issue in moving the boat, then you cease the gambling operations and the casino operations at least.
The strategy blends the street protests with the courtroom battles, and Justice Ribello famously declaring that this is not a T20 match, it's a long innings. Okay, so they are not, they're in for the long haul, as you say. Okay, and also this movement has now drawn endorsement from another former Chief Justice, the Chief Justice of India, that is B.R. Gawai, and a Supreme Court Judge, Justice Abhay Oka. So finally, this is about one question: who does Goa belong to? And the Goans are answering loud and clear: enough is enough. Okay, for you Catholic viewers, the next segment may be interesting.
Hundreds of Christians gathered at the general ground in Kharsang, in Arunachal Pradesh's Changlang district, demanding the repeal of the Arunachal Pradesh Freedom of Religion Act, APFRA, 1978, which they say threatens religious liberty and communal harmony. Several leaders urged the government to reconsider the law and take concrete steps towards its repeal. They maintain that the legislation has caused anxiety among Christian communities and could adversely affect the peaceful coexistence of diverse religious groups in the state.
More than 10,000 Christian organizations in India have lost their Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, FCRA, licenses since the law was amended in 2011. A fresh amendment proposed to the legislation is now expected to confer extensive powers on the designated authority. The bill permits the government not only to refuse renewal of existing licenses, but also to take control of properties created using a combination of foreign and domestic funds, according to Archbishop Joseph D'Souza, the national president of the All India Christian Council. Civil society organizations have voiced serious concern over the proposed changes to the FCRA, cautioning that the amendments could have wide-ranging implications for minority institutions, NGOs, and foreign investment in India.
Now I'm linking you to a report from Bombay, or Mumbai as you call it. Okay. Now this took place on the 4th of April, when most of us were so busy looking at the election tally and all the rest of it. Okay. In the meanwhile, this is what happened: a protest against the big A.
अडानी जो हिसाब से उसका जीआर है और जो हिसाब से एग्रीमेंट पेपर है, वो एक को भी घर देने वाला नहीं है।
हम डेवलपमेंट के इस जरा भी खिलाफ नहीं है, हम डेवलपमेंट के नाम पर होने वाले भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ।
ये डर ये चीज का है कि हमको धरावी से उठा के बाहर ना देवें, हमको जहाँ हमारा धरावी में है तो धरावी में मिलना चाहिए।
अरबों रुपए के प्रोजेक्ट में अगर इसी जमीन पे बनाने वाला है तो ये जमीन कैसे अपात्र हो गई? हम कहते हैं अडानी जी अपात्र है, सारी जमीन पात्र है।
मैं हूं सोहित मिश्रा। 4 तारीख को जब आप ये देख रहे थे कि नतीजे क्या आएंगे, देश का भविष्य क्या होगा, पश्चिम बंगाल का भविष्य क्या होगा, तमिलनाडु का भविष्य क्या होगा, तब मुंबई की सड़कों पर लोग अपने भविष्य के लिए कहीं ना कहीं उतरते हुए नजर आए हैं। ये मुंबई का धारावी इलाका है और यहाँ पर गौतम अदानी के खिलाफ और जिस तरह से धारावी में रीडेवलपमेंट के नाम पर लोगों को और सैकड़ों की तादाद में लोगों को उनके घर से निकालने की बात आ रही है, उससे लेकर लगातार प्रदर्शन हो रहे हैं। 4 तारीख को क्योंकि ये प्रदर्शन हो रहा है, आप पाएंगे कि कोई भी टीवी पर, कोई भी गोदी मीडिया में, कहीं पर भी इसे लेकर कोई बातचीत नहीं है। और इस आंदोलन से पहले यहाँ पर ये देखा गया कि पूरे धारावी को एक तरीके से पुलिस छावनी में बदल दिया गया। जगह जगह पर पुलिस मौजूद है, ट्रैफिक हो रहा है, लोग सड़कों पर आए हैं और एक तरीके से आप पाएंगे कि 4 तारीख को धारावी अधिकांश जगहों पर बंद नजर आ रहे हैं, दुकान बंद है और यहाँ पर लोग अपनी सड़कों पर अपने मुद्दों को लेकर आए हैं। गौतम अदानी के खिलाफ सड़कों पर प्रदर्शन हो रहा है, लेकिन ये खबरें आपके टीवी से और आपके अखबारों से गायब हैं। यहाँ पर कई सारे जो बिल्डर्स हैं, जो अदानी है, उन्हें यहाँ की ज़मीन से फ़र्क पड़ता है। ये कह रहे हैं ज़मीन पर रहने वाले लोगों से भी फ़र्क पड़ना चाहिए और उसी के लिए आप देखेंगे कि मई में यहाँ पर ये आंदोलन चल रहा है और यहाँ पर आप देखेंगे कि जो मेन स्ट्रीम मीडिया है वो ना के बराबर है। और यही सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत होती है कि जो मीडिया होती है, जिसका काम होता है दोनों साइड दिखाना, वो ऐसे दिखाएंगे कि ये सभी जो है एंटी डेवलपमेंट है, जबकि आपने खुद ने सुना कि लोगों का क्या कहना। आप कुछ कह रहे हैं? आप इनका जो काम है, आपको कहता हूँ कि हम रहते हैं, कोई फर्स्ट फ्लोर पर रहता है, कोई ग्राउंड फ्लोर पर रहता है। जो फर्स्ट फ्लोर पर रह रहे हैं उन्हें आप घर नहीं देंगे या घर देने का वादा करके अगर निकल जाएंगे तो हम करेंगे क्या? आपने एक चीज़ देखा, लगातार हम बात करते हैं कि कैसे लोगों के पास बेरोजगारी है, लोगों के पास नौकरी नहीं है। यहाँ पर आप देखेंगे हर कोई बिजनेस है और धारावी इसी के लिए जाना जाता है कि इतने सारे बिजनेसेस यहाँ पर हैं और इसलिए धूप में भी आप देखेंगे कि लोग यहाँ पर हैं। हम और लोगों से भी बात करते हैं और यहाँ पर जिस तरह से ये जो पूरा मुद्दा है, इसे लेकर जितनी बातचीत इस पूरे देश में होनी चाहिए वो नहीं हो रही है। अब भी जो नियम बनाए गए हैं वो ऐसा लगता है कि इन लोगों के लिए नहीं, इस जमीन के लिए बनाए गए हैं और इस जमीन से फायदा लेने के लिए बनाए गए हैं। तो छावनी में पूरे पुलिस के बीच में यह आंदोलन जारी है। तपती धूप है, सोमवार का दिन है, लगभग 40 डिग्री सेल्सियस की फील यहाँ पर आ रही है, लेकिन इसके बावजूद दोपहर 12 बजे अगर लोग सड़कों पर हैं तो आप समझिए कि परेशानी कितनी बड़ी है, कितनी बड़ी मजबूरी है और जिसकी वजह से सैकड़ों लोग रास्ते पर हैं, लेकिन इनकी चर्चा हर जगह से गायब।
This land is your land, this land is my land, but how much land is Adani's land? That is the question. Before there was this infinite scrolling or the 24-hour news channels, okay? There was a guy called Ted Turner. To the public he was known as the mouth of the South, okay? But to media scholars, he's the architect of our modern information age. Now, Ted Turner passed away earlier this week.
And CNN founder Ted Turner has died, the network says. The outspoken television pioneer transformed an obscure Atlanta television station into the first satellite-based superstation. The cable news network, or CNN for short, revolutionized television news in 1980 by presenting it at all hours of the day. It eventually inspired other media companies to follow suit. His larger-than-life personality sometimes overshadowed his driven, risk-taking business instincts.
But I'm going to hold my breath till the U.S. pays up. You have to keep it. I'm not going to breathe until they pay.
He married 3 women, most famously actress Jane Fonda, and earned the nicknames Captain Outrageous and the Mouth of the South. By the time he sold his Turner Broadcasting System to Time Warner in a 1996 media megadeal, Turner had turned his late father's billboard company into a global conglomerate that included 7 major cable networks, 3 professional sports teams, and a pair of hit movie studios. Along the way, he also found time to captain the winning yacht in the America's Cup race in 1977 and had an active role as the owner of the Atlanta Braves. He slowed down in his later years due to Lewy body dementia, a progressive brain disorder. Long out of the television industry, he became a prolific philanthropist, donating more than $1 billion to the United Nations. Turner was also one of America's most extensive landowners, owning more than 2 million acres of property that included the nation's largest bison herd. Turner was 87.
This has been a rather long session. Thank you if you've been watching till the end. And also thank you to all you people who have been so encouraging and have been with us. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll definitely be seeing each other again right here on this channel.